With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. 180. Check. Block 54. Block 54. Me and you.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo now. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
San Francisco.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
21. White. Hey, Charlie.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Here we go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
13. Hey, exit.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike 5'9", Black. Come on. Shoot. Check it out, Reed. 12. 21. I can't believe they let you go. They didn't let you play.
That Garoppolo may be a free play. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here we go.
So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
11.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. 180. 54. All day, baby, all day. Check.
On On third down, here's Coleman. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
Here we go. 180! 54. 11. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Watch the safety creep. Watch twist. Hey, alert. Hey, alert.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 21. Hey, high 7.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. This is Coleman with the grab. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
21.
On 3rd down, it's Coleman. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Alpha.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
11.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Rip left. Check 52. White. Watch out. Check. 21.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
21. Hey, let's go. 54 miles.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Ross, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st down, Coleman. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
180. 54. Let's get some penetration here. White. 21. Here we go. Hey, Delta.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
180. 54. Coming this way. 11. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 miles.
Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. John Ross, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Touchdown, San Francisco. Robbie Gould lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Gould able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Zoom, zoom. Check. SOS. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Strip the ball. Go.
Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Here we go. Mike, 2. 59. 2.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. Ready? Lock. Mike 5'9". Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike, check. 59. 2. Check 15. 2.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Wilson, he's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
He's checking. Hey, alert! 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 Switch! 21. Here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, 0.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 49 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Gotta go, let's go. Here we go. Check 3. Got it.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
I'm here all day. He's crashing. He's checking. 12.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 56. Gun. Hey, here we go. Hey, zero, good point.
Now a give, right side. Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To throw is Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 40. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson throwing left side here, and it's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Wilson, flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gun.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They run it with Carson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Myers' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Let's go!
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
21. Hey, foxtrot.
From the 36, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now because is he rewarding himself for a great run or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. On 1st down, here's Breida. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it's 3rd and goal. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal.
54 Mike. 54
Hey, wahoo!
54. Watch the run.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
4 down. Kill. That's it. Kill. Turn.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 17. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15.
56. 56. Check right, check right.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
Here we go.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Garoppolo now. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing 11.
They'll run it with Coleman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Oh, Wilson going to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Here we go. 180. Check one, Omaha.
On 1st down, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
One, Omaha.
Check three.
21.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And they take a knee. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the loss will drop them Francisco.